Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only baby girl, Malika. So today we'll be doing the critical analysis of Mr. Aloy's series, Another Mistake in Marriage, episode 32. It starts with the human rights activist at the hospital, trying to inquire, based on what could have happened to Angel. Like she was having a conversation with the doctor, trying to understand what went wrong and what could have happened. So the doctor was narrating everything to her, and I just thank God for one thing. The doctor is so smart because he made it clear that such cases he has seen it several times. Sometimes they'll use it'll be DV, but they'll want to do a cover-up, based on the fact that he said, like, they found water in her lungs, she was almost drowned and everything. But it was funny how, so the human rights activist was trying to understand that how could she go swimming at night. Yes, like, as it's true, there are people who go swimming at night. For example, when I was in Dubai a few years ago, it's at night that you could go swimming. It's at night that I'll go swimming after work. I couldn't go during the day, apart from the fact that the weather was so hot. Swimming at night, I find swimming at night very better because the waters are very warm. It's calm. It's really better to me. That's to me. It depends on people. People have their preferences, but a lot of people prefer to swim at night, especially like during the day. Yes, people were by the beaches during the day, but at night. So the doctor was like, she was brought here during the day. So she's trying to do her investigation. Like, as I told you people, I am suspecting this lady. I think this lady was Kizito's ex. Rather, I think she's Kizito's ex. I think this is Flora. Yes. The way she stepped out of that room, the previous episode, this and her body language and the way she's beginning to invest in this story, it's more of an activist doing her job, his or her job. So we have to watch out for this lady. I think she is Kizito's ex. So the doctor went on to elaborate that yes, they see cases like this, that you see people who try to, that you see a case that they'll bring that is still a DV case, but they'll pretend that it was somebody who tried to buy themselves, or that was trying to buy themselves, stuff like that. Whereas it was a DV, they'll always try to cover their tracks, the perpetrators, exactly like this is typical Kizito's stuff. Then the human rights activist went on to say, the honest truth is, I didn't even see, like, she was explaining the fact that she didn't see fear in that. Like, she was trying to explain how she saw, because as an activist, eventually she takes note of a lot of things. She noticed the fact that Angel was not even afraid. She saw pain in her eyes. Like us, remember what I told you guys, that this human rights activist, I'm suspecting her. She might just be Kizito's ex, right? And guess what? So the doctor thanked her, like, okay, thank you so much. And the doctor said, thank you, Flora, for everything that you're doing. Like, as he said, Flora. And Kizito's ex's name was Flora, his first wife, the one that she carried the child. Her name was Flora. So that, like us, I can't lie to you, I know this lady, she must be Kizito's ex. So eventually, if she's Kizito's ex, Kizito it's over for him, because she will be the one to nail him. She will be the one to provide the proof that they need. His own is over. That thing that Kizito's mom, his mother, thinks she is protecting, her son is going down, as in down, 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 down. So the next thing then shows Chioma, who is still unconscious. She's asleep. After they gave her the sedative, she's asleep. And George is still by her side, watching over her. And Angel opens the door. She comes in, to check, to see her sister and everything. And she was crying, I think she immediately understood that her husband is behind it, because she used a statement saying that they want you all to stop fighting for me and everything. And now this really makes me angry, because Angel is not supposed to be crying. Angel is not supposed to, because Angel caused this, like us. Unfortunately, Angel caused this, because if only she could stop being selfish, this wouldn't have happened to her sister. Because there are certain things that when you're doing, remember the people that are there for you, remember the people that are fighting for you. You have to try to care about them. You have to think about them as well, because it's not only your battle, they are taking your battle up for you. So what do you do? But when you keep being there, just being dumb and being foolish, because you're thinking about yourself, look at people that are start beginning to get hurt. Will Choma be the same again? No. Choma can never be the, it will take time. It will take a lot of time for her to be herself again. It will take so much time, and she might never recover from that scenario. Like, as you could see what I said, right? I said Angel is selfish. Now, yeah, she's crying, she's feeling down. Already she knows what happened. She knows that this thing happened because of her, because that's what she's saying. It's because so she wants Alma to wake up to fight for her. Like, are you serious? You want people to fight for you? What about you? What are you doing for what's going on, what's happening to you? She's saying that Alma has always fought for her ever since they were in primary school. Alma should keep on fighting for her. That Alma should please wake up and fight for her. That Alma should look at what they did to her. Are you for real? This girl is lying there. She's unconscious because she's been sedated, and you're crying like she should wake up and fight for you. Like, and George is like, you have to calm down. This thing, she's not in the right frame of mind. She cannot think straight right now. So there are things she can definitely not do. Instead of you waiting people to come and save you, why don't you just save yourself, Angel? It's not as if you bite somebody. You did not bite somebody, because now the highest thing that Kizito wants to do is to threaten that if you leave, I will show to the world how your sister was they were knocking your sister, how they were doing forcefully entry. I'll put that's another thing, because that was what he wanted. He wanted a video to use against them. Unknowing fully well that video will cause him more harm than good instead. This Angel is getting on my last nerves. Like, as I can't lie, she's getting on my nerve. I can't believe that there are people out there that are so weak, that you'll be going through so much, you still looking for people to fight for you. How is that even possible? So Angel kept on crying on wailing on Choma, and George was just there comforting her. Now the next scene shows Mama will just regain consciousness, because remember, she passed out when she heard about Angel's situation, the fact that Angel was almost by drowning. So she passed out. Sorry. So she just regained consciousness, and Jeff was giving her medications, and she could not speak. She was just opening her eyes. It feels so bad. It really feels bad as a mother. There are things you don't want to hear about your kids, because you always have that motherly instinct wanting to protect them. And I'm sure she is beating herself up, like, how did I let this get to this point? Because she was the one who encouraged her child. Because, like, as the honest truth was, Angel, it shows that she has this very weak personality. She's indecisive. She cannot take decisions for herself. I understand that there are people like that, but me being a strong person, I just can't comprehend. I just can't understand, how is that even possible, for someone to just let go like that. So I know Mama is just trying to, like, if I didn't encourage my child to stay there, maybe none of this would have been happening. Well, she was thinking like most mother would, but sometimes, honestly, you cannot just predict how the future. Sometimes if you see the sign, just go, because nothing is worth buying for, not even marriage, not even a child is worth buying for, because sometimes that child might turn out to be more harm to you than good, honestly. So the next thing shows George, who is with the doctor. He's trying to find out like, why was Omar's reaction the way it was, because George, being a man, he cannot understand, after a forceful entry, how a woman is supposed to feel. It's normal. you know. And also to men, it happens because they also men, there are men that does forceful entry to men. If there are also women that does forceful entry to men, yeah, that's the truth. It does not only happen to women, it happens also to men. So eventually, if you ask those people, they will tell it's traumatizing. This shit traumatizes you for life, you know, because there are times that it takes years. People, this is something people do not understand. It takes years, you know, to takes a lot. It takes a lot, like us. It takes a lot. So the doctor is just trying to make George understand that Oma has her reaction is very normal. You know, her reaction is normal based on the fact that she is going through emotional trauma. She is traumatized. You know, what happened to her? It's not what was not easy. You know, it's her reaction was expected, you know, which practically shows that maybe if she did not even react like that, then it wouldn't have been normal. It wouldn't have made her human. So her reaction is very normal. It's normal for her to react the way she's reacting. You know, only people that has gone through that will understand. If you've never been through such, you'll never understand. Like as my heart is broken, I can't lie to you. If I tell you that my heart is not broken, I had so much. I thank God that I'm able to do this video today, you know, because I found a lot of difficulties during the critical review of last week. It was disheartening to me. I was heartbroken. I can't lie to you. So George is trying to really understand, and the doctor just explained to him like what I said, you know, like it's normal. Her reaction is very normal. When you've gone through that, she'll definitely react that way. And she explained that sometimes you might even fight yourself, you know, because if you see everybody like a threat, you see everybody as if they are trying to do something bad to you, so you try to fight. It takes time for you to start recognizing people. For you like it, you have to have very strong personality to get over it. Honestly, it's not easy, you know. So George, being the gentleman and the good guy that he is telling the doctor if there's anything that money could do, please let her just do it, because he's waiting to pay whatever it is for her to be okay. And definitely, thank God, they'll definitely try to do something. And therapy also will help. But it's through us, like the masses, we don't really believe in therapy. Therapy is not our thing. You know, black people, it's only the wealthy black people now in like our side that goes to therapy. Us, the lower class, the underdogs, we don't believe in therapy. I know, but honestly, it helps speaking out, you know, talking to someone. It definitely helps. Yeah, it will make you go through some difficulties, you know, going through some emotions, but at least it helps. It eases the pain a little, you know, it alleviates it just a little. It really does help, sincerely, you know. So I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad George is there, because all he wants is to regain the old back, you know. Frightful, honestly. So what's his name? George. So George had to leave, and the next thing shows the human rights activist Miss Flora. Hmm. She returned to her room, like she has this dark room. She returned to her room, and she was heartbroken. She was tearing up. Like as I told you, that's Kizito's ex. Really, her reaction, her body language, everything, that was Kizito's ex. I told you guys. So she was panting, you know, she was panting, like panting is breathing heavily. She was breathing very heavily, and you know, she held her chest. Then she had a flashback, like as I told you guys now, Omo. She had a flashback, and the flashback now shows her at the hospital with who? Guess what? Kizito's mom. You know, they were waiting. They were at the hospital hallway. Now they were waiting for the doctor. They were very anxious, and the doctor came out, and she asked doctor, how is my child? What about the child? You know, the doctor made her understand that they've lost the child. You know, so it is that child that Kizito bite because he does not want any competition. You remember, guys. So eventually, Flora became a human rights activist based on what she went through. Yeah, which means Flora might be John's um, niece, John's sister, because remember, John's told a story. So John might be there as an undercover working at Kizito's place to discover, to like to destroy him. You know, at the end of the day, Kizito's walls are closing up on him without him even realizing it. Yes, I am sure John, the security guard, and Flora, the human rights activist, has a connection. I am certain about it, like us. This story is going to be, there's a twist that is going to be wow. It is going to wow you guys. So Flora, like, she was heartbroken. You know, she was crying uncontrollably at the hospital with Kizito's mom as well. She was there. She's always there, by the way. So when she was done crying, allegedly, sorry, not allegedly, when she was done crying, she woke up. Oh my God. And her motherly instinct kicked in. She said she can't do this. You know, she was like, Kizito will have to pay for it. And she's going to call the purpose. But Kizito mom, as like as I can't lie to you people, if Kizito is going to jail, his mother is going to jail. It's normal. No, his mother has to find herself in Kirikiri. That is obvious. Because she has been tolerating and supporting her son from day one. Yes, she has been supporting her son from day one. Yes. So she said you cannot call. She stopped her from calling, practically making her understand that you've lost a child. You don't need to holler. What am I doing with a husband that will buy my child? Will I be able to have another child? Based on the fact that you always see the child as a competition, how can you see your son as a competition? So what are you doing? What do you need him for? You don't need somebody like that. You don't need him, honestly. So Flora couldn't take it. Anyway, she made her point known that Kizito must go down for what he did, you know, for DV, for buying her child and everything, that no one will stop her. She will do what she is supposed to do. But as we know now, Kizito's mom was not going to back down. She had to do her own, because she made it known. She told Flora that I will have to do, yes, you lost a child, but I cannot lose mine as well. And to try to even convince her that Kizito is serving enough punishment for buying his own child, she should just let it go, just let it slide. Really? Hey, God. So let's assume that if Kizito's father had died Kizito when he was a child, would he be there? Kizito's mom, she is the worst thing ever that can be as a woman. And Flora had to leave. So the next scene shows Flora that was going towards Kizito's house, and she found Kizito's mom on the way. She asked the driver to block her, like to block her car. And she came out of the car and was like, what kind of behavior is this? And Flora just confronted her, you know, because what Kizito's mom did was to bribe everyone so that Kizito will not have any issues, you know, so that Kizito will not go to Kirikiri. And Flora just wanted to confront her to based on that. And it's not as if she denied. Like, she said she had to do what she had to do. You know, Flora had to do what she had to do. She too, as a mother, she had to do what she had to do. So that's it, and nothing more. And she made Flora understand that Flora cannot do anything. She cannot do more than a dead rat. Besides, she does not have the same financial capacity that she does. So it will be needless for Flora to fight this case. That Flora should pick up a piece of her life and move on, because no one will actually do it for her, which is the truth. Then she told Flora just like that. She just threw it out there that, by the way, I've sent him abroad since last night. So this case, if you want to fight, go on, bring it on. Nothing will happen because I have the money. And unfortunately, that's what rich people have always been doing to us in our society. That's the norm. You know, a poor person, you know, you cannot stand a rich man. You cannot fight. Oh, God. And Flora understood that, yeah, what she was saying was the truth. You, so long as you're rich, you can buy your way around, no problem. Nothing will happen to you, you know, unfortunately. And she asked Flora to get out, to remove her car, practically, like, let her move. And she left. Ah, God. And the next thing shows Flora, you know, now it's confirmed that Flora is Kizito's ex. So the next thing shows Flora that is sitting alone, you know, drinking wine. And she just like made it known that she is here for vengeance, you know, that Kizito is not going to get away with this one. And Kizito has found himself a new victim in Angel, but that she will not sit and wait. And like honestly, there's this saying that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. A scorned woman is the most dangerous woman ever. A woman that says, like us, honest, let me tell you something. Women, these are beings that God created differently. This is why God created a woman from a man's rib. Eventually, that's why women have sixth sense, men don't. Because women give life. I'm not saying men do not give life, because men give the sperm that gives, that produces. Women have the eggs and all the rest, whatsoever. I'm not going to go into biology right now. But women, when the woman decides, she sits that she wants to commit evil, that she wants to go into vengeance mode, I promise you, even Lucifer himself will sit and take a pen and a paper to be taking notes. I promise you, like us, she'll go to the end of it. She will go to the end of it. So, like us, we are going to end this video. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you guys. I want to take this time to thank my viewers, like us all over the world, those that are watching me from Barbados, Jamaica, Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, UK, South Africa, Kenya, Zambia, Sierra Leone, Guyana, France, and Cameroon, rather, and Cameroon. And also, I want to thank all of my likers out there, those who are watching me. Liz from Guyana, Eugenia A.B. Thomas from Sierra Leone, Corinne Lashley from Barbados, and Miss Mary Dubois from France. Thank you guys so super much. Thanks for promoting my channel. I'm super grateful. Like I always say, your mental health is very important. So when you want to go into this lifelong thing called marriage, which is very important, please choose your partners wisely. Should, in case you realize yourself inside that you've made a mistake, let nothing make you stay. Because I promise you don't have two life. Not that when he tortures this life or she tortures this life, not think that another life is coming for you. Nothing. No, there's not. It's one life. So choose wisely. Okay. I love you guys so super much. Thank you for your support. And this is what I have to say. Bye, guys.